Hey guys, welcome back to the video. I'm Luke, an ACA qualified accountant, and in today's video we're going to walk through how to solve bank reconciliation questions in the Accounting Fundamentals exam. I'm going to walk you through a clear 4-step method that you can apply to these kind of questions in your exam so that you can tackle them efficiently, accurately, and with confidence. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's start by walking through a worked example of a bank reconciliation question. On the 30th of June, Cook's nominal ledger cash at bank account shows a credit balance of £310, meaning the business is overdrawn by £310. However, the bank statement at that date shows a smaller overdraft of just £70. So there's a discrepancy of £240 that we need to investigate and explain. So on reviewing the two records, 5 reconciling items were identified. The first issue that's contributing to the discrepancy is a £500 supplier payment, which was recorded in the cash at bank account but hadn't yet been cleared by the bank. That's the first issue. The second discrepancy is the £400 customer receipt, which was recorded in the cash at bank account but hadn't yet been cleared by the bank. The third issue is the £35 bank charge, which appears on the bank statement but hadn't yet been cleared into the cash at bank account in the nominal ledger. We also have £225 of dividend income, which had been paid into the bank but hadn't yet been entered into the books. And then finally, there's a £50 dishonoured payment from Sunil, which wasn't recorded in the nominal ledger. So our task is going to be to update the cash at bank account balance with the necessary adjustments and then prepare a reconciliation to confirm that the corrected cash at bank account balance ties back to the bank statement. So let's begin by categorising each of the 5 discrepancies based on which record they impact, either the bank statement or the cash at bank account in the nominal ledger. So first, the uncleared payments and receipts. These have already been recorded in the cash at bank account but haven't yet appeared on the bank statement. These are timing differences, so they impact the bank statement. Not the cash at bank account. So that's the record that's impacted by those uncleared amounts. Next, the bank charges and the dividend income. They've both been processed by the company's bank, but they haven't yet been recorded by the company in their nominal ledger, which means that they affect the cash at bank account. And we're going to need to post adjusting journal entries to factor those in. Finally, we have the dishonoured customer payment of £50. This has been treated as received in the company's accounting records, but the customer's bank later rejected it, and since the transaction was never reversed in the company's books, it also needs to be corrected in the cash at bank account. So that's the record impacted by this issue. So, step 1, this step is all about correctly identifying which issues belong to which record. Is it the bank statement or the cash at bank account? And this is an essential starting point for any bank reconciliation question that you're attacking in your exam. So now that we've identified which record each issue affects, we can move on to step 2, which is quantifying the impact of each correction. So first, the £500 uncleared supplier payment has already been recorded in the books but hasn't been cleared through the bank. So once it's been cleared, it's going to cause a £500 decrease in the bank statement balance. Second, the £400 customer receipt is also sitting in the books but hasn't yet been cleared by the bank. So when it is cleared by the bank, it's going to appear as a £400 increase in the bank statement balance. So uncleared payments will decrease the bank statement balance. Uncleared receipts will increase the bank statement balance. So now we move on to the cash at bank account. So we'll start with the £35 bank charge, which has appeared on the bank statement but hasn't yet been entered into the nominal ledger. So recording this £35 charge in the cash at bank account will cause it to decrease by £35. Because it's a charge, it's going to reduce our cash account balance. The £225 dividend income was received and processed by the company's bank, but it wasn't posted by the accountant to the books. So once that's been recorded, it's going to increase the cash at bank account balance by £225. And then finally we have the £50 dishonoured customer payment, which had initially been recorded by the accountant but as received, but the funds were rejected by the customer's bank. So we need to reverse that amount, and that's going to reduce the cash at bank account balance by £50. So this second step is really important. It allows us to calculate the correct balances and complete our reconciliation accurately in a moment. So the third step in the process is to calculate the correct cash at bank account closing balance. We begin with the opening credit balance of negative £310, which reflects the overdraft position that the business has. Next, we need to account for the 3 errors we identified on the previous slide, which need to be revised to correct the cash at bank account balance in the nominal ledger. So we have first the dividend income, which wasn't recorded in the nominal ledger. So the £225 dividend income that was omitted needs to be added back to the cash at bank account balance of negative £310 because it's a positive adjustment, so it's going to increase our cash balance. Next we have the £35 bank charge not recorded of £35. This bank charge wasn't reflected in the cash at bank account balance that we were provided with, so that charge, once we factor it in, is going to reduce our cash balance. And finally, to get to our revised cash at bank balance, we need to reflect the dishonoured payment of £50. This again reduces the cash at bank account balance, as this was a cash receipt the business thought it had received, but it actually wasn't honoured by the customer's bank, so that reduces our cash at bank balance. So if we sum up this column, we have a revised cash at bank account balance of negative £170. So the business is actually in overdraft of £170. That negative £170 is the correct cash at bank account balance, which needs to be included in the company's balance sheet. Now we can undertake our bank reconciliation in step 4. We start with the bank statement overdraft of £70 as presented in the bank statement. We add the uncleared receipts of £400. These are cash inflows that took place before the accounting year end but weren't cleared in time by the company's bank. And then finally, to get to our revised cash at bank balance, we deduct the uncleared supplier payments of £500, which are outflows not yet processed by the bank. So again, if we sum up this column, the resulting figure is £170 overdrawn, which matches our revised nominal ledger cash at bank account balance, confirming that our reconciliation is both complete and accurate. Cool, so now that we've worked through an example of a bank reconciliation question, let's wrap up this video with a clear summary of the 4-step process you should always follow when answering bank reconciliation exam questions in accounting fundamentals. So step 1, classify each issue, determine whether the issue affects the bank statement or the cash at bank nominal ledger account. This step is really important because only errors that have impacted the cash at bank account require journal entry adjustment in your accounting records. So this is a really important first step. Second step is to quantify the impact of correcting each issue on the record identified in step 1. Will it increase or decrease the balance? Step 3, use these adjustments to calculate the correct cash at bank account balance. This is often what the examiner is asking for, but sometimes you need to go further in step 4 and complete the bank reconciliation, making sure the adjusted cash at bank account balance aligns to the revised bank statement balance. Use this slide as a reference point during your exam prep and during your question practice, but most importantly, always read the question carefully. The examiner might ask for the final cash at bank account balance, the original bank statement balance, or which entries require a journal entry adjustment. There's so many different ways that the accounting fundamentals examiner can test this topic, so you need to be adaptable and nimble and always just read the question carefully so you know exactly what they're asking you to do and to solve in the question. Cool, that's everything I wanted to discuss. Hopefully that's cleared up how to solve and tackle bank reconciliation questions. If you've got any questions, please feel free to fire them off in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'm making tons of videos about the accounting fundamentals exam. And I'll see you guys in the next one.